giving me the countdown 10, 9, 8, and I just saw a load of fingers just going. And then as soon as I saw that, I knew I had to be live. So well done, Tom. Good afternoon, everyone. If you are tuning in for the first time this afternoon, my name is Tony Derrick, and we're going to have a lovely afternoon again crafting. We're going to use some of our older products. A lovely lady emailed me, forgive me, I think her name was either Pauline or Paula or Pamela, saying, can you use some lamination stamps and can you use some of your older artistic mount stamps, which I haven't played with for such a long time. So we're going to have a play today. So I've got 3 of the lovely stamps to have a play with, and same as yesterday, I'm going to give away the 2 stamps that I use in studio as well today. Just a quick one though, the 2 ladies that won the day before yesterday, Lillian Lomax and Paula Mercer. Lillian, you did get in touch, and well done, sweetheart. We have posted out your stamp and card, but the other lady, Paula Mercer, never got in touch with us. So if anybody knows this lady, or if she's watching today, please do send us your address, because she did win a stamp from last studio. We would hate for you to miss out. Just a couple of things to tell you about then. Are we all happy first before I go into my information? The sun is shining-ish, so we should have a lovely hour together. Grab a cup of tea if you want a lovely cup of tea. So on Monday, which is tomorrow, it's birthday week over on Create and Craft, and I've got 3 live hours. Now, I have done a Facebook Live today at 12 o'clock, and I think I told you that I was on show at 6:45. It was a little lie. I've later now been informed by my lovely design team that it's 7:30. So if you are watching and recording, the show is 7:30, 1:30 and 6:45, okay? 3 lovely live hours, and that last hour I think there's a little bit of a treat in there for you as well. We've put a lovely bundle together for any beginner crafter, so you need to stay tuned for that one. It's going to be different to what was in show 1 and 2. So hi Valerie, hi Elaine, Ruth, Dina, Angela, Selma, Sue, I hope you're all well. Thank you for tuning in again. It's lovely to see you all. It is Sunday after all. A lot of people are saying, oh my gosh, do you never have a day off? I don't actually ever have a day off, but I don't mind because I love what I do. And today I've been prepping for my show tomorrow, so I was here anyway, so you know, it just makes sense to do a lovely studio for you all. We'll be watching in bed, Christine, bless your little heart. So I've got that to tell you about. Wednesday, so after show on Monday, on Tuesday I am live in studio at 3 o'clock. On the Wednesday I'm in studio at 3 o'clock, and that's the day we're going to be doing our paper collection. So the lovely yellow paper collection, I'll just grab one just in case anybody is watching for the first time. So this paper collection, when I said we were doing some note cards and potentially a box and a belly band, a lot of you have already ordered this one to craft along with me on Wednesday. So when we're using this one, it's going to be Wednesday at 3 p.m. If you haven't got this, you don't like it, and you want to craft along, just dig out some papers from your stash, and we'll be here till however long it takes to make our lovely gift for a friend that we can either post or save until we're good to go back outside properly. Okay, if you are wanting this paper pad and you do order it, we will get it to you by Wednesday, so please don't worry about it. And then on Thursday I'm back on TV with this, so you'll be able to get more inspiration, which is super cool. So let's get some crafting done then. Can't wait till Wednesday, working Monday. Oh well, I'm just looking at the comments down below. Hello everybody, hi Brian, lovely to see you all. So let's get some lovely crafting done. So if you do like any of the products, as you all know, if you're not new to the channel and tune in every single day, all you need to do is pop FBL into our search engine, and it brings up all the products that we're using in studio. Now, because the lovely lady, I think it was Pauline, asked about the artistic mounts, what I've done is I've popped these in FBL, and like I did yesterday and the day before, if you do buy them, I will honour the die. If you have them already, brilliant, you'll be able to craft along and make the products at home. The cards at home, should we say. But yeah, if you order the stamp, the die will be sent for free. That will be in the back of the package. These are all on FBL. Okay, hi Karen, I hope you're well, sweetheart. What size paper do we need for Wednesday, Linda? I if you're wanting to craft exactly along with me, the 8x8 and the stamp and die. However, that's going to be making a small box and small note cards. But if you want to make it bigger yourself when we've gone off air and play yourself and do it again, you'll have to get the bigger paper pad. So if you're wanting to do a bigger box or whatever, you'll have to get the bigger paper pad. But if you're wanting to craft along with me, I'm going to be using the 8x8. And then we'll probably use the paper pad for the rest of studio for the rest of that week, because I'm actually on TV on the Thursday with it as well. So I'll be using the 12x12 too, but it's personal preference. What do you use at home? Get what you know you will use. So hi Enid. So the first one I'm going to use today is this one, and this one is called Artistic Mount Floral Frame 3. So these frames cut out these beautiful frames. You can take the centre out, you've got your layering embellishments inside as well, so they cut all various sizes, and then they go around the flowers as well. Probably a lot of you have got these, so I'm going to use this one first. Let's set them aside. And don't forget to comment, because I am going to pick 2 lovely winners as well at the end of show. So first of all, I have a lovely piece of grey cardstock here. And today, because I'm going to be stamping sporadic, I have got my acrylic block. So because I'm going to be doing a little bit of random stamping, I've got my acrylic block. Ahead of time, I've used the large die, which is the outline die here, and I've just cut myself a little mask here, as you can see. So I'm just going to pop my mask in place here. Nothing fancy, and all I'm going to do is I'm basically going to create myself some backing paper that looks quite pretty, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do tone on tone. So I have this flower here, which is this one here. You see that there? I'll just turn it the right way. This one here, and I'm going to use a grey ink pad. Now traditionally I wouldn't use StazOn, but for the life of me I couldn't find my grey ink pad. So it's the only one I had to hand, but any grey ink pad you have in your stash will work with this technique. So I'm just going to ink up this stamp. I've just popped my mask in the place where I roughly want the image. Now if you're a bit scared of it moving, maybe pop a little bit of low tack tape underneath or something, some temporary adhesive, and then you know it's not going to move. So I'm going to go quite random. I'm just going to push down. And I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a ghost image. It's beautiful. So I'm going to do this process all the way around in different ways. So if you are a acrylic block stamper, never take 2 of your hands off the block and leave it floating. Always keep one hand stable on the block. And if you are going to swap hands, never take both hands off the block, swap them out. I'll show you what I mean now. So let's go a little bit random. Let's twist this around. So one hand on the block and push, and then if I want to hold with this hand, I swap my hand over and then I push with this hand. You would never take your hand off the block and leave it floating, like so. I'm just trying to keep that centralised. So I'm just going to repeat the process all the way around. And I'm being quite random with it. I'm not trying to get them all the same way. Just turn this round a little bit. Let's turn that one round so it's different. There we go, just pop that back in place. There we go. And then we'll just do the top part. It looks really pretty. So if you did use like a pink paper, you could use a pink stamp, so it would be tone on tone. It gives a lovely subtle finish. Just get up this corner up here. And then in the areas around, to make it look like I've not just stamped around something, I'm just going to take the edge of the stamp and fill in those spaces. Should really be stamping onto some card, because turn it round, fill those spaces. And this would be quite hard to do using the Eureka, because you'd have to take it off the door, move your card around, things like that. So I just find it easier on an acrylic block. So all those little spaces, and then when you take it away, you've got like a shape going on. Can we see that there? But it's still not clear what's going on, is it? So we'll just move our mask. Let me just clean my mat. Keep a tidy station. Let's just dry that off so we don't smudge it. Unfortunately, I don't sell the big grey mat. This mat is actually from Amazon, and I think it's actually a material mat. It is a self-healing one. It's an A1 mat, and I can't see a name on it anywhere, to be honest. Oh, Ansio, A-N-S-I-O. And obviously you would never have a mat this big for crafting, I don't suspect. It's just because I want to protect my new counter. But if you do want one this big, that is where it is, and that's what I got it from. There we go. So what's happened is I've used some grey cardstock on there. But what I've done is when I've cut it, can you see like I've got this awful white edge on my paper? It's not very nice at all. So I'm just going to take my ink pad and I'm just going to get rid of that white edge with the ink pad. I'm just going to tie it all in, because it's not very pretty, and it's probably standing out more than the design I've just popped on the back there. So I'm just going to eradicate that awful white core of this card. There we go, that's better. So in the two cards I'm going to show you today, I'm going to show you one with dimension using the dies, and the other one quite flat, but still using the dies to get a pattern on the back. So here we go. So we have our lovely background going on. Now I need my Eureka. So I'm just going to pop my artwork into the Eureka. And the stamp from the same set, the frame here, I'm going to sit back into the space where we had our lovely mask. You haven't missed much, Karen. Don't worry about it. So I'm just looking at the comments now. I don't think I've missed much. Is everybody okay though? Everybody's fit and well? Just excuse me just 1 second. Can you just pop it on here so I could just show something, Tim, please? Thank you. So you can see how, when I've taken the mask away there, I only have a faint outline. I'm just going to show you something now. Just 1 second, I'll just get this stamp off here. I'm just going to show you something which is quite easy to get it lined back up. So you can see that I've only got a faint outline now. I'm not sure which way this stamp would actually go. I'll just get rid of that nasty hair on there. So all you need to do is just bring your mask back in and line it back up with your stamped image, so you know it's the right way. Can we see that there? I can see that it's all matched back up there. And I know that was my intention, so I know exactly where my stamp's going to go. So I'll take that one out, pop this one in the gap. And then make sure it's level. Wasn't so level. Make sure it's as straight as you can, because your card will look a little bit wonky if you don't get it straight. Yep, that's good to go. So we are going to do some heat embossing, and I am going to use my anti-static bag, should I say, all over. Don't forget we've used some ink on there, so I am just going to go crazy with it, just in case the embossing powder decides it wants to go everywhere bar where I want it to go. And in today's studio, It's a colour that I don't often use, but I do enjoy it when I actually do dig it out. Let's find it. Well, that's probably the last one I pick up, maybe, maybe not. Have I got it out already? Yep, that's me being super organised. So we're going to go for silver. Because we've got this grey theme going on, we are going to go for silver. So I'm just going to use my embossing ink pad and I'm just going to go round this frame with this ink pad. Now we called these artistic frames because they do mount your artwork. And if you are a fan of the lovely Victoria's cards on our design team, if you notice in most of her cards, she always uses these frames. Always, always, always. It's very rare you'll see one of her cards where she hasn't used one of our lovely artistic mount frames. So just place that down. You can see that there. So I'm just going to get some more just to make sure we've got it all nice and juicy on there. So all that lovely embossing powder sticks to where I want it to stick to. There we go, and then just use my card blank just to catch. I'm going to do it in stages. And then we get this beautiful frame. Can we see that there? Beautiful. And then when we heat set it, it's even more gorgeous. So let's just put this back in here. I should use my silver more often, I really should. I'm just addicted to gold and white. So let's just get rid of that for now. And let's heat set this. So I'm going to get my gun hot before I pop it on my artwork. Just take this stamp from here and pop it back on there. So let's have a look at some of the comments. Nice and sunny, Amanda, in Bucks. Bit chilly though, that's what it's like here today. So looking very classy already. I think a lot of you have got these. Like I say, they are on the SBL on our website. If you do want them, the die is honoured. So when you come to heat it, and I hope the lovely lady, Pauline, is watching. It's typical, isn't it? You put a request in and the day that I do it for you is the day you can't actually watch because something's happened. And then what happens is you get this beautiful, like, frame on there. Can we see that there? I hope you can see better than I can see, but anyway, you can see the detail in the back with the grey ink pad and then you get that beautiful frame in there. Did I miss that area there? Maybe. So ahead of time, what I did was, in that same collection, there was these flowers. Let's just find them. A cluster of flowers here. And they basically are on a lovely curve. And when you heat emboss them, I've done these in gold. Can we see that there? I've done these in gold on white. I think they're quite pretty, but they're on a lovely curve. And basically they lend themselves really well to creeping around your frames on here. Can we see that there? I think you will be able to see. So yep, so I can see actually Paula Mercer is watching now. Hi Paula, sweetheart, you did win one of our cards and a stamp from last show. You need to let me know your address, sweetheart, so we can get it out to you. I'm sorry if I said Pauline Mercer, but it's actually Paula Mercer, and she's watching, I think. So all you need to do is send an email on info@stamps-by-me, or contact me on Facebook and I'll get it straight out to you, sweetheart. So let's get this one constructed. Set that aside. So first of all, I'm going to stick this one, should I stick it flat? So let's go flat. So instantly, I already hate this card. And I'll tell you why. So the grey card that I've used is, I think it's about 180. Okay, and what I've done is I've gone and used the pin flare, which has got quite a bit of water content, probably the lowest of most, but it's still got water content. And look what's happened. I'll show you. Can you see there? I don't know if it's showing. Can you see the lines in my work? Let's just try overhead. I want to show you this because there we go. Can we see my glue line there, there, and there? I want to show you this because it's really important. You spend all that time doing your work, and then when you come to stick it on, you get those lines in there. Just be mindful of that. If you're using a thinner cardstock, to try not to use a wet glue. Probably tape is your better option. Okay, look after your artwork. I'm going to go with it anyway. Because I have got 2 demos and it will still be okay. But it's just food for thought, is that one. If you are using a thinner cardstock, you will see the glue come through. And that's why we're here, isn't it? So you can get all the hints and tips. So I have this lovely creeper here, which I was gonna, and I still am gonna, pop around here. So we've got our flat artwork creeping out below. So I'm just gonna pop some pads on this one. Bernie, sometimes it dries out flat. Yeah, fingers crossed it will go. I'm going to go with it though, and you know, practice what you preach. I always tell you guys to stick with it right to the very end, and I do actually do that because it does seem like it's clearing up a little bit, so fingers crossed. So I've stuck that on there flat, and then from this lovely stamp set here, which we're using later in the week, and I'm on TV with on Thursday, I'm just going to use the word smile. Now this is completely flat card other than the lovely flowers on here, okay? The next card is going to be 3D, so it'll show you. I think it still looks beautiful regardless, so stick with it, I would say. So I'm going to go with black for this one, just to make it pop. And I'm going to offset it just slightly here. I don't do things in centres, as you all know. I'm going to go with my acrylic blocks, that's what I've got to hand, and hopefully we get a lovely... Just going to dry that one off. Like so. Pop this one back on my stamp set. I'm just checking out your comments. Have we all actually been crafting, or are we all still just coming round to the idea that, you know, we've got to stay at home still? Is everybody still okay? Yeah, Tina, I'm the same. I've ordered a couple of things. I don't know. I think because they're on skeleton shift in the warehouse, things are taking way, way longer. I ordered the We Are Memory Keepers rucksack. I thought it was a beautiful colour. So I thought, oh, I'm going to treat myself to that. And I haven't even had a notification, and I can't even remember when it was on now. I've lost track, but I think things are taking way, way longer than they would normally, so I think we're just going to have to be a little bit patient. I know they are working very hard, so it does make me be patient. Yep, so I'm just going to leave that card as is and move on to the next one. I might add some gems to it, I'm not sure yet, or maybe a little bit of colour. So we'll come back to this one. So I'll just show you it stood up right. You see that there? So you can, this looks like a ghost print in the background, and then you've got your focal point, which you could add some colour to if you want, but I'm going to leave it as is for now, because I'm not quite sure where I want to take it, if I want to take it any further. So I'm going to set that one aside. Just give it so it don't, put it to one side. And then let's move on to our second one. So for the second one, we're going to use this one, and this one is Artistic Mounts Floral Frame 6. I have popped this in the FBL as well, so if you do want the stamp, I will honour the die. The die will be in the back of the packaging for you. Ahead of time, I've already heat embossed the frame and heat embossed the lovely lily flowers on there. Can we see that there? Absolutely gorgeous. It looks like it's been hot foiled actually. And with the coordinating die in the set, so I'll just show you what the set comes like, and then you can see exactly what you can achieve should you want to achieve more than just the outlines. So you can see here you get your outline, you get your inner part, so if you just want to cut this part, if you want to take it out, just this gold frame so that it takes the centre out, and then you get all your lovely matte and layers which go down in size, and then you get your 2 embellishment outline dies to go around your flowers. So I'm just going to cut out the whole frame, if that makes any sense at all, and I'll show you now exactly what I mean. So when you put this one inside, it cuts out this beautiful gold embellishment frame. So I'm just going to pop that back in there. I'll just grab my plates. Now you will have to take these ones down. Oh, well done, Sue. Yep, get them out. Don't forget to post your makes on our lovely Eureka fan page. We do like to see what everybody's up to, and it is nice to dig out some of your earlier products. And lovely Elaine off our design team, I think she said every Saturday, I was listening, honest Elaine, that she's going to, and the rest of the design team are going to post a make every Saturday of a sample using some of our earlier products. So you will be able to get some inspiration with some of the stuff that you've got in your stash. So I'm just going to lean in, sorry about the head, and just make sure I've got that covered. Like so. For this embellishment, the big one, it hasn't got a die for the big one, it's only for the individual heads. I'll show you that now. So the individual ones, you've got a die, but for this one, it hasn't. So you will have to fussy cut it, but I've left the simplest to fussy cut. It's the biggest one and it's just basically round. So, and I'll show you how I'm going to fussy cut it now. Let's just put this one through. Oh, you're very welcome, Anne. We are here together. We still have family time. So, you know, you're not putting me out, and it's a bit of time for me to craft and take my mind off things. So if we can craft together, then Billy bonus. Have you got the Carol? Have you got the stays on remover, Carol? Because I think Heather off our design team said hers stained, but she managed to get it off with the stays on remover. I haven't actually ruined any of my stamps or marked my door with it, unfortunately, but I think Heather once had a problem off the design team. She's on our design team, she's on the Eureka fan page, so if you want to pop her a message on there and just ask her, she might be able to help you out with that one. She knows a lot about her inks, does Heather, so she might be able to help you out. So there's the lovely frame. Can we see that there? So if you take the outer die and the inner die, you get a beautiful frame on there. It's gorgeous. So you could have it landscape or portrait, whichever suits you the best. Yeah, Heather is actually on now, she's talking, so if you want to drop her a personal message, sweetheart, I'm sure she'll be able to help you out. So let's pop these dies away. And then with the flowers that we've already gone ahead and heat embossed, I'm just going to quickly fussy cut them out. So I'm just going to grab my scissors, she says. Have I got some scissors? Would you be able to get them for me? Sorry, what's happened is they fell out of my craft bag on the way down to studio and I've popped them on the side under the TV. So I'll just have to wait for those to come. This is just a basic Sunday afternoon here in the studio. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the lovely pink from our new sparkle collection. These are on TV tomorrow. If you are thinking about buying the products in show tomorrow, please wait till the live hour, because I have a funny feeling TV are going to drop the price astronomically again. And I know a lot of you do like to buy ahead so you don't miss out, but the price of you having, you know, price of you going early to get them is going to cost you more money, I think. So try and have the patience to wait. The black foam pads, yeah, I got them from C&C. I don't know anywhere else where you could potentially get those, unfortunately. That's where I just get them from. So all I'm going to do is I have my clear and my pink, and I'm just going to hold them both in my hand, like so. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay some pink in the centre, like so, and then I'm going to use my clear to drag it out to the tip. And what you'll end up with is a beautiful pink sparkly flower. So lay down that colour at the base where it would be darker, and then drag it out with your clear. So let's just twist our artwork round. Now I am using normal cardstock, so it will probably drink the ink far quicker than normal. So you might end up with a few lines and not be able to smooth them out. Don't worry about it. It does look quite textured if you, thank you. If you do get the lines, and I'll hold this up, it looks absolutely beautiful and it is so sparkly. So I'm just going to quickly colour this one, all in the same colour. So I just keep swapping hands, leave the lids off, and then you could drop 2 colours in there if you wanted to really give it some clout. But I'm just going with the 1 colour today. And these two, the pink and the clear, are actually in a set together. So if you did just want to buy one set tomorrow, you just, I think it is set 8. But I can't be certain of that. So I'm just randomly popping the colour down and then dragging it out with my pen. Another way you can do it as well is, if you want an absolute smooth blend, is put your clear pen down first, put your colour on top, and it will sit on top of the sparkle, so you'll have the capability to move it around a little bit more. And the last one. Like so. So you get a beautiful, and it is super sparkly, and I'll show you that now. And the more that it dries, the sparklier it gets. So let's hold this up for you. You see that there? Is it sparkling? Can you tell me if it's sparkling? Yep, thank you. So you get a beautiful sparkly finish. So you'll have a lot of fun with the pens. But like I say, if you have got the pens in your stash already, look at the biggest scissors in the world to cut with. Thank you, Tim. He's telling me I can't find yours. It's okay, don't worry. I'll still go for it with, with the warehouse staff scissors. Oh, you'll all be laughing. So I'm just going to quickly fussy cut around here. I said it'd be easy, didn't I? Not with these. But anyway, I'm going to go for it. Nothing will ever stop me from crafting. Hi Tony, would you be able to show how to use the re-inkers for the pens? Of course I can. If I've got one here, I'll quickly show you when I've done this, sweetheart. Who asked that? Gail? Yep, of course I can, Gail. So I'll just fussy cut these with the world's biggest scissors right now. and then I will see what I've got, if I can do it or not. Let's get rid of this piece of excess card. It might help me out a little bit here. So whoever wins this card, please forgive the bad cutting. So I just go all the way around this image. Now you can leave a little white border if you are a fussy cutting person, which I know some of you do like to do a lot of fussy cutting, then you will be way better than me, obviously. Do you leave a 1mm border, or do you cut right up to that line? How do you cut yours? I try and get as close as I can to the line, but I'm a little bit scared that I'll lose the line, so I always leave a little bit of a border. I have to use tiny scissors, Lorraine. Yeah. Well, I just normally use my Tim Holtz ones or something like that. These are like meat scissors. Yeah. Never mind, they will still work, they still cut. And this is honestly the easiest one out of the collection to fussy cut around, because there's no fine detail where all the bits will fall off or anything like that. So you know, this is the easiest one and I do always try and put, if I'm limited on what dies I can and can't have, I do always put the die around the ones that are the most difficult, for my own sake really. I can see lots of lovely, lovely new names, lots of people I've never seen on the chat before, so that is absolutely fantastic. It's lovely to see you all. This is a lovely place to be. We are being a little bit more relaxed today. It is Sunday. I am here every day if I'm not on TV. So if you are able to come and join us, please do so. The ladies that are on here every day with me are lovely ladies, inspiring ladies who are on our Eureka fan page. And you know, they don't only comment on here, they do make cards. They are in it for the long haul with me. You know, they're not here for fun, they're here to enjoy. Enjoying fun, yeah, there. We're all here to enjoy ourselves, absolutely. We're not here for anything else. We're not here to be negative or anything like that. Absolute positivity all the way. So there we go. I've cut it out best I can. Forgive. There we go. It is really, really quite pretty. So if you did several of these, you could make your own beautiful wreath around your artwork. It would be super, super sparkly. If you wanted to do a few, you can also tuck them within. And you can do this with the other die, ladies and gents, like so. So it's within and without, if that makes any sense at all. So you could 3D it around. And you can do that with all three of the dies that I've shown you in studio today, and the die will be sent to you free if you do want the stamp. So keep you busy. I like to keep you busy. So let's crack on with our card then. She says, let's find our card blank. Here we go. So what I wanted to do was create again a lovely background, but in a different way. So I'm just going to use the stamp that we used from the first collection. You know, that card that I really didn't like to start with. It's actually dried back a little bit better, so it's growing on me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sparkle pen and I'm going to take it straight to my stamp. Now I am just going to get some ink to come through here. Give it a good old squeeze and get that nib hydrated, and then I'm just going to paint straight onto here. Drag that colour around, and what this is going to do is it's going to give me a suggestion of a flower, but it's not going to be perfect. So, and that's what I want. So let's just stamp it out here. Look, press it down. Can you see that there? And it will dry super, super sparkly. So let's just lay some more colour down. Try not to put too much colour on because you'll end up with a blob. So the flowers do obviously mix and match. And you could do 2 tones of colour with your pens, like a pink and a purple. And just with the edges, I'm just going to catch the edge of the card like so, fill in those little gaps. There we go. Now what I'm going to do first is I'm going to dry that before I do what I've just done. Like so. And then with the same stamp, I'm going to use the clear one. And this is going to give me a clear flower. So you might not see it on camera. And it'll mix in lovely with that existing ink that's on there. But I'll get like a flower in a sparkle print. Let's hope so anyway. Let's go for it. Oh, beautiful. Can we see that there? See, Phil? Oh, sorry. Can we see it there? It's in sparkle. It's also sparkly. It's gorgeous. So I'm just going to repeat that. Just get that clear to come through. Get some lovely, there we go. And use the side of my brush. And go. So creating our own backing paper really when you think about it. And again, you know, if you don't like it, put it in bin. It's only a bit of paper, isn't it? We can always try again. I'm just covering all that white. So any white spaces I can see, I'm covering. Oh, it's so sparkly, it's absolutely beautiful. I hope you can see this at home. Isn't it nice when you craft and you're pleased with something when you've done it? It proper lifts your spirit, doesn't it? So I'll just set that aside. Let's dry this off and then I'll hold it up and I'll show you how sparkly and gorgeous it is. Now, as always, if you haven't got the products that I've used in the show today, you will have a flower stamp that you can do this background with. You might not have the sparkle pens, and if you do want the sparkle pens, you can purchase them, but it will work with watercolour pens. So, and if you're anything like the rest of the crafters in the world, you will have boxes and boxes and boxes of stamps, dies, pens, pencils and everything else. So dig out. You've got the time now to dig out. So I'm just going to clean my mat here. I'll just show you this lovely. Yeah, beautiful. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So, let's get our card constructed. So, you see there, I've just got some red, some pinky red on my brush there. Just squeeze the ink until it comes back through clear again. Can we see there? So it's all nice and through, clear again. So you don't contaminate your brush or anything like that. And this clear one is what you'll always have in your stash, just to add a little bit of sparkle to your stash. And we do those in sets of 3 too. So, because you will probably use that one the most. And we do the re-inker, which I showed you on Facebook Live. So don't forget to go and have a look. So I'm just going to use the pads here. And we're going to 3D this one. So Elaine, I'm just reading your lovely comments, sweetheart. So you've been watching for years but can never do Facebook Live. If you go to the Stamps by Me Facebook page or our Eureka fan page, the girls do share it. So I'm not sure why you would not be able to get it. Are you logged in? Because sometimes you can't see if you're not logged in. That might help if you're logged in. But if you're still having difficulties, yeah, Facebook Live. I know. Yeah, so that's what I'm referring to as Facebook Live. Sometimes if you're not logged in, you can't see, but have a look, or if one of the design team members can make a note of this lovely lady's name and help her out, that would help. And if you're meaning Facebook Live as in products, all you need to do is go to our website, and on the left hand side of the page is a box that says search, and in that search you just need to put FBL, and all the products that I've said you can i.e. Have the die for free are in there, and all the products that we're launching on TV tomorrow are in there, and all the products like what we're going to be using next week are in there. So it's just so you don't have to go on the website and spend hours looking. There's a lot of categories, we've got a lot of stock in this building, so we just try and, you know, make it a little bit easier for you. So I hope that's answered your question. So Sharon, the base glitter in the sparkle pens is holographic. So some of them have got silver, some of them have got gold, but the clear is like a holographic. I don't know if it's showing on there, but it's pretty much clear. It is pretty much clear. It's not really silver either, I wouldn't say. It's more holographic. So you get tone, whatever light is on it or whatever colour is underneath. I hope that helps, sweetheart. Sue, that is right. The colour is the glitter is contained within. Make sure you give them a good shake. So let's get our card put together. So what are we thinking? Shall we 3D this one on here? Can we see here? Don't worry about thinking it's busy, because I'm going to cut a thing here from one of the dies. I'm going to pop that in the centre, and that's where our sentiment's going to be. So shall we go here? Shall we? I think it might be easier if we go and do our sentiment first, then we can make the decision. So I'll just get the die. Don't forget, I have two winners. I'm going to use the smallest one out of the set. So if you do get the stamp set, you get the dies, I'm going to use the smallest one, and we're going to put a sentiment on here. And we'll just grab some white card and my plates. So I can tell you today that I like my second card better than my first card, which normally I can never decide. But I think I've upset myself a little bit with that one with putting the wet glue underneath. But I'm sure you will let me know. Don't forget, we always give our cards away after studio. Albeit I might not give that one away, you might get an alternative. But we do always give our cards away to anybody who comments on our Facebook page when I post the picture after live studio. So you can see now the smaller frame, when we bring in our artwork, fits seamlessly within, because it's like a nesting one. It goes from large down to the small. And this is where we're going to get our lovely sentiment from. And again, I'm going to use one of the lovely sentiments from this one. You're the best. You can tell this stamp set's well loved, can't you? I use it every show, don't I? It's got to be done, I suppose. So I'm just going to grab my Eureka. I'm not confident when it comes to heat embossing, just simply because I can't see where I'm stamping it, so I do, if preferred, try and stamp onto this. So we are going portrait, so it is going to have to go this way up. And we will go at the top. Make sure it's straight. Sorry about the headshot. There we go. And as always, we use our anti-static bag. Sticky ink pad. Just make sure it's straight. I can't afford to have two rubbish cards. So I'll push it down. And I'll just ink it twice. So we are going to choose two winners out of the cup for the 2 stamps that I've used today. I will clean them and I will pop the lovely card in there for you too. So that's super, super nice. Something to look forward to in the post. I'm just using gold, so it's in keeping with our card. So I'm just going to get rid of all that nasty embossing powder, which, even though I did I use my anti-static bag? I think I did, but it's not playing. So I'll just clear away all that extra embossing powder that's floating around. There we go. Pop that back in. And then we'll just heat set this one. So if you are using your embossing powders, just remember you always have to heat set. I'm sorry if I'm teaching anyone to suck eggs, but we have some new faces and I have no idea where have you all come from? Irrespective of where you've all come from, welcome to the show or studio. We love it here, and as you can see from all the lovely comments, we love getting together. It's like actually a knitter natter, but we're not actually together. So, and you're all more than welcome to come and get the inspiration. Me and a rubbish card, it is definitely in the same sentence, Tracy. I tell you, most of my cards, I tell you, you wouldn't believe. And you know, I stand here and I'm like, it's a piece of paper, pop it in the bin, you know, don't be hard on yourself. I'm the world's worst. If I could only practice, you know, do what I said. So I'm going to pop a pad behind here. Let's bring in our artwork. Let's see where we're at with this one now. So, is it cold in Scotland, Heather? I wonder what the weather's like up there. So let me stick, I'm going to stick the frame flat. And the reason, one of the reasons why I am doing that is because I don't have any pads absolutely small enough. And I think it looks ugly if you start putting big pads behind. So I'm going to go flat with it. So I'll just give that a second to grab on there. Very cold today. Ooh, it's quite cold here, mind you. When the wind drops, it's not too bad, but crikey, you know, say we'd had those lovely few days of sunshine, you wouldn't believe, would you? And then we'll get our lovely sentiment. Now I am gonna take it higher. It would be obvious to just pop it in the centre, and if you like things symmetrical, you stick it there, but I am gonna go just a little bit higher than normal. And then I'm going to pop some pads behind this one too. Using my meat scissors. Ugh. And then we'll just pop this one round our frame. But you could do way more than just this one. The other two that are in the set are great to build. So if you wanted to do the other two and make a bigger curve or a bigger bouquet, you could do that too. And we'll just give them a pinch, give them a little bit of dimension, shall we? Give them a pull up. That was quite pretty, I'm pleased with that one. And then, because we have got gold on there, we will embellish with some gold gems. And we just tuck them so they are just peeking out from behind. So I'm just going to work in 3. I'm not going to overwhelm because it can become a little bit too much, can't it? So there we have a lovely, I think, can you see the sparkle there? It's not too bad. It's not my best, but and we have our lovely grey, very simplistic one with the lumps and bumps. But hey ho, you know what to do at home not to get those lumps and bumps. So something a little bit different using the frames. I hope Pauline, the lady who asked me to use them, has been able to watch. And I am getting through all the messages. I've got a few messages about the lamination stamps. I can't remember if there is that many. So I do chip away at them as best I can. Obviously I will always launch new products in here too and keep you up to speed with what you can do with your new stuff, but we will also be visiting lots of our older products as well. And like I say, if you don't have what's in the studio, you can go and get it if you like it, but if you have something in your stash from another brand, flowers, everybody's got flowers up there, you can use them and create your own make, and you can absolutely post it in our Eureka fan page because you've got the inspiration from us here in studio. So have we got any comments that I need to check? Elaine, I will absolutely do that, and I will say to you, don't I, pop it on the mantelpiece, walk away, come back in an hour, you will love it. So I'm going to leave it, I'm going to have a look at it tomorrow or Tuesday. So thank you, Shirley. Oh, you're very welcome, Adele. Thank you, Sue, Viv, May, Adele, Sue, Janine 777. Guess what? You are a lucky winner today. Well done, sweetheart. The second winner is May Hume. Well done, girls. So you've both won a card each, and you've both won a stamp and die from studio that I've used today. Well done. Something to look forward to. So I'll be with you in the morning at 7:30 over on Create and Craft. There's nothing left to say than I'll see you tomorrow all day, and I'll be back in here on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Stay safe, do as you're told, and I will see you all later. Take care. Bye.